Hey everybody, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. I'm sure missing my dad. This is the first year that I've been without him. But happy birthday, Dad in heaven. And what you were looking at is my latest edition. It's a little baby girl Afghan Kush clone. And, I'm going to try my hand at this, see if I can do anything with it. At least it's teaching me a lot of great gardening fundamentals. And if you don't get anything else from that, and I don't get any good product, well, hey, it is what it is, right? So right now I'm having to stand underneath my nectarine tree again because it is really getting hot here. Yesterday was in the early the early 90s, mid 90s in some places. Out in the desert it was probably close to 100. So we're getting there finally. Now that's good news for my tomatoes, which have really started to come into their own as far as flowering and stuff. But it's bad news, unfortunately, for my lettuces. So what I've got here is I put some lettuce underneath in the shade, hoping that it will grow, because lettuce is one of those things that's going to be in short supply this year. And even if it's not where you live, chances are you're going to be spending 30-40% more for the same head of lettuce, or maybe even getting one of those softball size lettuces that I saw the other day. I saw $1.99 for these little things that really were about the same size as a slow pitch softball. So anyway, I gotta go take a little tour of the garden, pick up some things here. Like I said, my tomatoes have really started to put out fruit now. I didn't think they were going to, but they finally did. So I've got various tomatoes growing in there. My scarlet runner beans are doing what they do best, which is running. And they're running all over the garden. They're running around and wrapping themselves around my tomato plant over there. I probably have to learn to plant those in a better place next time. And the corn is coming up nice and tall. More tomatoes. I think I have a total of 8 tomato plants now, and they're loving this hot weather, of course. They're not too much for the cold. So we got this I like this tomato plant right here. It's a really nice tomato plant. What is it called? It's called this is the celebrity tomato, but this is like a really high-end version. I usually don't, with tomatoes, I can't grow them very well from seed, although I am trying. And I usually buy I try to buy some of the better cloned tomatoes and some of the better organic tomatoes, and that's one of them. My bush beans are coming in. I obviously did not plant enough to have a really good harvest of bush beans, but I wanted to give it a try and see how they would grow in this weather. My most recent purchase is this 30-gallon bag. And I'm telling you, you don't have to fill it all the way with soil. Most plants only need to go down about 6 inches to get all the nutrients they need from the soil. But I got the 30 because I thought, well, I might use this for planting 3 tomatoes instead of just one in a pot. So I might get 3 tomatoes going in there. I might also use it for my little Kush plant. These guys in these plastic containers are doing really, really well. And I can't remember, somebody tell me what plant this is, because I can't remember what I planted. I probably planted at 3 in the morning and can't remember what I did. Anyway, everything's coming up nicely. The onions are starting to put out flowers, so it's almost time to grab myself some onions out of here. And this is the view from the other end. Let me walk back and show you. I did not realize until I looked at this how much I had managed to stuff into this little yard, and there's still room. I mean, if I wanted to, but I want you to see how big this crazy nectarine tree grew. Look at that. I mean, I have to kind of zoom out to get it all in there. Look at that. That is amazing. That is a big tree. When I brought it home, it was a twig about, I don't know, 3 inches tall or 3 feet tall, and I didn't even know if it was going to live, but it is doing really, really well thanks to all the rain that we had last year. So it was very prolific in fruit this year. Now I've got over here, these guys are the ones that are going to suffer in this heat. These are the lettuces and the spinaches. The Swiss chard usually does pretty well, but as you can see, even with all the pesticide, the organic pesticide I put everywhere, still getting eaten by some sort of bug. So if you know, let me come a little closer and you can see the holes there. If you know what kind of bug that is, I would really appreciate it if you just put it down in the comment section. and I can try to find something. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go back to Mark's and see what he's got that will kill that. I am really trying this year not to ever use anything but organic pesticide, because it's bad for the planet, it's bad for the plants, okay? Anyway, fights with bugs over. My rose bush is coming back. It severely needs to be trimmed. And let's check around the little side plot I've got over here. I put more bush beans over here. Ooh, oh yes. Got some spinach and got some lettuce. So I can probably harvest that, because you know, more days of this weather and it's gonna bolt, so I might as well harvest it. So this is what's going on right now in the garden. I am the Brown Thumb Rebel Prepper. You can find me on brownthumbprepper.com. That will take you right now to this channel, but it will also eventually have its own page. So stay tuned for more good things. And if you have suggestions, please put them in the comments below, like and subscribe, and it will help me a lot. Thanks.